Good morning. It is 11:30. One of these days I'm gonna get the freaking morning dialed in right. I'm gonna go door knock right now. I don't know, 100 doors or so. I should count out the amount. Tonight is a very special event. I've been invited to a Chamber of Commerce, I think, and with this Chamber of Commerce is a jazz concert. I quit door knocking. I was halfway through and I'm like, it's hot, nobody's home. All the shitty typical excuses everybody else uses when they're out door knocking. And I'm like, I need to get on the phones. I need to stick to my plan. Door knocking from 9 a.m. to noon, telephone prospecting from 1 to 4, and then door knocking from 4 to sunset. And I haven't been doing that. And I think it's because I'm not balancing. I'm putting too much into one. Office now to do my telephone prospecting.
5 hours later.
103 contacts at an 8% pickup rate. I generated like 3 or 4 leads, which is pretty good. It all works, man. You just have to put in the time. And sometimes I just get so kind of with this defeatist attitude, and I just feel like none of it works. With enough effort and enough consistency, it happens, it pans out. You have to believe that there is a tipping point. And if you don't commit to that tipping point, you'll never know. It's a story of a miner who buys like a plot of land and he goes out and he starts digging, chipping away at the wall. And that at some point he goes, you know what, I'm not getting anywhere. He's digging into the caves. I think he was mining for silver in the mountainside. Let's go with that story. And as he's digging and digging, I think it might even be a true story. As he's banging his axe against the wall, creating caves, he'll get just like little slivers of silver or whatever precious metal he's looking for. And then at some point he's just like, man, this ain't panning out. So he ends up selling this cave or this mine for pennies on the dollar. And the next guy who goes in there, and knowing what to look for, he goes right to the spot and bangs at the wall a couple more times, and he was less than 3 feet away from one of the biggest silver vein or whatever in the history of the mining days. And what the moral of my crappy story is, you might be 3 feet away from this amazing discovery and you just keep banging away, and you never ever give up, no matter what. And at one point, sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later, you'll end up tapping into that silver something that will give you the riches that you're looking for. It's been far too hot to dress up in a suit, but it feels good to be nice and sharp. Reception is in 25 minutes. Does that mean that's just when people show up? The person who invited me is really cool, but I don't even know if he's gonna hang out with me. It is a jazz event, which is cool in itself. Now, how am I gonna fit in? I'm cool. Only once a week I get approached by some technology company or some app or some bell and whistle that they want me to buy, to subscribe to as a real estate agent. And normally I'm like, you know, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna be the guy to sell the shiny penny to, or like do a bait and switch with any of that crap. I've seen everything. I've seen it all. I get close to being switcherooed on, but I've seen enough to know when I don't want what they're selling. SmartZip, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Market Snapshots. That I really want everybody who watches my YouTube channel to know that I carefully vet everybody who approaches me to be a service provider. Like, as much as I'd like to sell out, there's no money in selling out. There's only an advantage for these affiliates to give me their software so that I can perform my real estate task. Oh, and by the way, I will share it with my community. Once a week, I get approached by something launching, some sort of platform, some sort of program, a CRM, I don't know what the hell they're launching. It's a company that builds an app, you know, an application for iOS and Android. And what it does is it's gonna build an app that you get to put your name, your number, your email address, and it's gonna connect to the MLS. And what it's gonna do is that this app is gonna go onto your smartphone. And the point is that they want you to push their app to other people with your name on it. It's $80 a month, and it's got some analytics who's doing it. But this goes back to my theory about websites and how stupid websites are when it comes to your ability to generate traffic to a website or a application is insane. Like, the traffic you would have to generate for an app to be effective is just asinine. You would have to have thousands of people using your app for it to be effective, or someone to even like it, right? When you're competing with Zillow app, Trulia app, Redfin app, or whatever, Purple Shits app, you're competing with the attention of the consumer. And when you start up a website, for example, you launch a website, your hope is that your website looks so fantastic. But even though my website is absolutely gorgeous, I don't get but maybe 20 or 30 people that go to it. And I have a feeling 29 of them are because I'm a real estate sales trainer and coach and people are curious. Even though my website is on every marketing piece, I've been promoting it for 25 years since websites launched. I've been promoting the hell out of this thing. But am I crazy enough to think that I'm gonna have a ton of traffic coming to my website? Absolutely not. You're gonna go out and you're gonna spend money on an app, an application, for you probably give it to a buyer or a seller, and this is gonna be the script or the moment where this app makes sense as a real estate agent. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, welcome to my open house. I would like to show you around, or feel free to look around. If you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. And as they're walking around, then at some point, they're gonna be like, no, this house isn't working for us. Okay, great, how are you looking? Well, we're looking on Zillow, Trulia, Real Talk. Okay, great, I'd love to help you in this search. I do have an app that's really slick that gives you homes that are on the market before Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com get that. I can give you access to the MLS. Here, download this app. And so you've got to get them to probably go into the app store right there on the spot and hit download and download an app onto their smartphone. Now look at it this way. Do you really think that that new buyer is going to leave that app? I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But when I've got so many amazing apps on my phone, incredible apps that work very well, and I don't use them. It's almost as if there are so many apps in the world right now that make our lives so much better that we don't use them. This app is gonna make me lose weight, I'm gonna download it. And then like you download it, you're like, oh, I gotta work out? Oh, I've got boring. Let me go to Snapchat, let me go to Twitter, let me go to Instagram. There's like these 5 or 6 core applications that you're gonna live with. And then the rest of them are just gonna be kind of like there, and you should use them. So enter the consumer. You've convinced somebody to download your app. Do you really think that they're gonna be like, ooh, let's go house hunting. Ooh, that agent said this. I just don't see it. Am I wrong? It's like a website. If you tell the consumer, oh man, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, my website is the greatest website ever. It's gonna have every listing on the MLS. You need to go to my website before you look anywhere, see if it's there. And if it's not there, it's probably, no matter what you tell the consumer, what inevitably is gonna happen, because we're in a world with multiple devices, they're gonna go to their computer at their office and then be like, what's that agent's website? Oh my gosh. How many people synchronize their Chrome desktop with their, are they really going to take your desktop, your website and bookmark it? Are they really gonna take your app and put it on the front of their screen and like take, how many apps do we get on our front screen for? 8, 12, like maybe 20 apps that we have on our home page. I am constantly shuffling and fighting for space on that homepage. Now my wife is different, so this might be different. My wife, every time I look at her phone, I know she's obsessed with like Snapchat and Facebook, but if you go to her phone right now, what's on the front page? Not Snapchat or Facebook, it's like something else. I'm like, why don't you feng shui? Why don't you like organize your apps? If you're using them the most, put them towards the front. It's like, I don't care. And so I'll literally sit there and like shuffle and push her apps to the front. On my front page, it is the prime real estate of my phone. I am extremely careful what I put there. Now, if you're using an Android versus an iPhone, you have a little more flexibility. You can download software or apps or what they call themes that you can squeeze more onto the front page. But if you look at my Android, I've got like 30 apps there, but only 5 or 6 of them I use regularly. So what does that tell you? This company approached me and they said, hey James, want to buy it? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to pay for it. How much is it? 80 bucks? Yeah, whatever it is, it's not gonna work because I'm gonna have to like share this thing. It's like a beautiful website. It's like Facebook marketing. I know how to do it, but am I going to like follow through? Am I really gonna commit to this thing? Because it's gonna be some extra work on my part. And is it gonna function the way I want it? Is it gonna generate more leads? Am I gonna suddenly see? I mean, with the MLS right now, if I get a buyer, I load them into the MLS and then they have it. My MLS in particular has a function, an ability to go in there in the MLS. They kind of build the app for you in my MLS. So there's like MLS Touch or something, where if I really wanted to get the consumer to log into my app, I can do it through the MLS. So it's a complete waste of money. So I say to this company, I said, look, I'm an influencer. I'm not big time. I don't have millions of subscribers, but I have about 6,000 subscribers, or almost 6,000 subscribers. Hopefully you guys are subscribing. And the majority of them are real estate related. I have a podcast which is real estate related, and you are in the real estate space. Now, I don't know if you understand influencer marketing or the value of my listener, but I am an incredible advertising opportunity for you trying to launch this app. Why don't you hook me up, set it up, I will test drive it, I'll run it, I'll see if I can break it, I'll try to see how it works with me, and if I like it, I'll start talking about it. And if it works, I'll promote it. I'd be very curious, so yeah, let me know. You know what his answer is? We don't normally just give out the app, set people up for free. But if you want to check it out, you can go check it out. See, you can test drive the dummy version or whatever crap you. And I'm like, and as soon as he said that, the first thought in my mind was, you don't get it. You completely missed the point. I was offering you an opportunity to advertise directly to hundreds of people for $80 a month. I don't think you get it. Perhaps maybe nobody's given you that lecture about influencer marketing. I realize that you would probably rather spend money on pay-per-click advertising. And I realize that maybe you're spending it somewhere on Zillow, Truly, or Realtor.com to put your banner up there. But what you don't realize is that I've got nothing but respect from my tribe. And it's because I respect their time enough to tell them if something's shit, it's shit. Well, guess what, Mr. I don't quite get influencer marketing? Instead of them saying, okay, let's try it, I have now gone to the extreme of explaining why you buying into any software that promises to build you an app. I've already explained to you why it's probably a complete waste of money. I do this for you. I take that bullet for you. Let this be a lesson to the next startup or that decides to target the real estate community, because we are all suckers, me included. Man, if it looks good, I'll buy it. I did for the first 20 years of my career. I'll buy whatever. But it's over the last, I'd say 10 years of my career that I finally said, enough is enough. I know what I need to do, and I know what technology can do for me, and I know what technology can't do for me. If I'm willing to commit to just doing the work most of these things are a complete waste of time and money.
You hold my head and you linger like a haunted refrain, and I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. Whoa, you go.
I'm gonna make that music the background music for this entire vlog episode. But man, that last like jam session, I think it's called Cold Duck or Cold Turkey or something. What an awesome song. The finale, like I was smiling ear to ear. That music is so, I love jazz. Why don't I listen to more jazz? I don't know, because I'm a dummy. Loved it. Awesome event. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Byers, for letting me go and do an awesome jazz concert and for a good cause. So cool.